have just entered the English Cipher.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Cipher, where learning natural English is always an exciting adventure. I am Maya.
Hello, Maya, and a very warm welcome to all our amazing listeners around the world. I am Elias. It is incredibly good to be here with you today.
It is great to see you, Elias. You look very focused today. You have a lot of files on your desk. Did you have a productive morning?
I did. I had a highly productive morning. I woke up early, finished my morning tasks, and had a fantastic breakfast. Now, my mind is completely ready to talk. How is your day going, Maya?
My day is wonderful. I am drinking my absolute favorite chamomile tea, and I am very excited for our topic today. But Elias, before we begin...
Yes, we must say something very important to our friends listening at home.
Yes! Everyone, if you enjoy our calm and helpful conversations, please click the like button right now. It is a very small action, but it helps our agency grow immensely.
And please subscribe to the English Cipher channel. When you subscribe, you'll never miss our new relaxing episodes. We want to help you master English every single week.
And do not forget to share this podcast with your family or friends. If they are learning English, they can practice their listening skills with us too. Sharing is sharing.
Sharing is definitely caring. Okay, Maya, let's open today's case file. We have a highly requested, very important topic today.
Ooh, I love important topics. What are we investigating? Is it about travel? Or maybe food?
Not today. Today, we are talking about a topic that every single adult talks about. We are talking about jobs and the workplace.
Jobs, work. That is a massive topic. Whenever you meet someone new at a party, the very first question they ask is, "What do you do?"
Exactly. Talking about our jobs is the ultimate way to start a conversation. It helps us understand a person's life and their daily routine.
I agree. But sometimes it is very hard for English learners to find the right words. They know how to say, "I am a teacher," or "I am an engineer," but they want to say much more.
That is exactly why we are here today. We are going to give them the tools to speak confidently. Let's start with the most famous question. Maya, what do people usually ask when they want to know your profession?
Well, the absolute most common question is, "What do you do?" It is very short and very simple.
Yes, what do you do is perfect. Sometimes native speakers will also ask, "What is your job?" or "What do you do for a living?"
For a living. That sounds very professional and mature, Elias. What does it actually mean?
For a living simply means, how do you earn the money you need to live? What is your daily work?
I like that. So let's practice right now. Elias, what do you do for a living?
I am a podcast host and an English mentor. I work right here at the English Cipher. I talk, I investigate language mysteries, and I help people around the world learn. It is a fantastic job.
That is a wonderful answer.
And what about you, Maya? What do you do?
I am a podcast host too, but I also work as an independent writer. I write articles for different magazines.
Wow, an independent writer. That sounds like a very creative and important job. Do you work in a big corporate office?
Actually, no. I work from home. I have a small, cozy desk near the window, a large laptop, and many books. I sit in my comfortable chair and I type my stories while drinking tea.
Working from home is incredibly popular in the modern world. I really like it because it means you can work while wearing very comfortable socks.
Yes! Comfortable socks are the absolute best part of working from home. But some people still go to a traditional office. They have to travel to work every single morning.
That is true. Which one do you think is better, Maya? Working alone at home or working in a busy office?
That is a difficult question. I like the office because I can actually see my colleagues face to face.
Colleague. That is a very professional word. A colleague is a person you work with at the same company, right?
Yes, exactly. Colleagues or coworkers. It is very nice to stand in the kitchen and talk to people during a quick coffee break.
The coffee break is definitely the best part of the corporate day. But when I work at home, the house is completely quiet. I can truly focus on my difficult tasks.
Focus. That means to think very deeply and carefully about one specific thing without any distractions.
Exactly. Now, let's think about the different physical places where people work. We have mentioned the office and home. Where else do people work?
Well, a doctor or a nurse works in a hospital or a clinic. A teacher works in a school or a university.
Yes, and a chef works in a hot, busy restaurant kitchen. A retail assistant works in a shop or a supermarket. And a pilot works high up in the sky, inside an airplane.
A pilot! That is a very exciting, adventurous job. They get to see the clouds from above every single day.
It is exciting, but every single job, even being a pilot, has a daily routine.
A routine. That is the specific list of things you do every day in the exact same order, right?
Yes, routine brings order to our lives. Maya, what is your typical work routine?
My routine? Well, first, I open my laptop and check my emails. I read all the lovely messages from our listeners. Then I prepare my notes for our podcast recording. After that, I sit down and talk to you.
That was a fantastic explanation, Maya. You used 3 very important sequencing words. First, then, and after that.
Thank you. Yes, using those sequence words makes the story very easy for the listener to follow.
Exactly. For example, a businessman could say, first, I arrive at the office at 9 o'clock. Then, I have a long meeting with my manager. After that, I eat lunch at my desk.
Meeting. That is probably the most common word in the business world. A meeting is when professionals sit together in a room to discuss their projects and goals.
I have attended many, many meetings in my life. Sometimes they are very short and productive, and sometimes they feel like they will never, ever end.
Do you enjoy meetings, Elias?
Only if they are short. If a meeting lasts for 2 hours, my brain gets very tired. I just want to go back to my quiet desk and finish my actual work.
Me too. Now, Elias, let's teach our listeners how to describe their jobs perfectly. Not just their title, but their actual daily tasks.
Tasks. A task is a specific piece of work you must complete.
Yes. For example, if I am a doctor, my main tasks are I listen to my patients, I diagnose their illness, and I prescribe the correct medicine.
Perfect. If I am a chef, my daily tasks are I select the freshest ingredients, I cook delicious meals, and I manage the kitchen staff.
And if you are a corporate manager, your tasks are I lead a team of people, I organize big projects, and I manage the budget.
Those are excellent, highly professional examples. But Maya, what if someone has a job that is incredibly difficult or stressful? How do they express that politely in English?
That is a great question. Instead of complaining and saying, my job is awful, they can use a very professional word. They can say, my job is challenging.
Impressed. I love that word. It is a very positive, mature way to say that something is hard. It means the work is difficult, but it forces you to learn and become stronger.
Exactly. I often tell people, my job is challenging, but it is deeply rewarding.
Rewarding. That means the job makes you feel happy, proud, and satisfied at the end of the day, even if you are tired.
Yes. For example, being a primary school teacher is highly rewarding because you actually watch young children learn how to read and grow.
That is beautifully said. Now, Maya, let's do a practical exercise for our listeners. Let's imagine a real-life conversation.
Okay, I love role-play exercises.
Imagine we are at a formal dinner party. We are complete strangers. I walk up to you and we introduce ourselves. Let's practice talking about our jobs naturally.
I am ready.
Hi, it is very nice to meet you. I am Elias. What do you do for a living?
Hi, Elias. It is wonderful to meet you too. I am an architect. I design modern, eco-friendly buildings for the city.
An architect? That sounds incredibly interesting. Do you design houses or big office buildings?
I mostly design large office buildings. I spend a lot of time working on computer models, and then I visit the construction sites.
Wow, you must travel around the city a lot. Is your job very stressful?
It is very busy, and sometimes the deadlines are challenging, but I love it because I get to see my drawings turn into real buildings. What about you, Elias? What is your profession?
I am an accountant. I work with complex numbers and financial reports all day long. I work for a large international bank.
An accountant? That requires a lot of focus. Is the work difficult?
It can be a little bit repetitive sometimes, looking at spreadsheets. But I have fantastic colleagues, and we always have a lot of fun during our lunch hour.
That was a fantastic practice conversation, Elias.
Thank you. And you used a very good word in that role play, repetitive.
Yes, repetitive means you do the exact same action again and again every single day. Factory work or data entry can be very repetitive.
Some jobs are repetitive, and some are completely different every single day. Maya, let me ask you a deep question. What do you think is more important in life? A very high salary or a fun, rewarding job?
Salary is the exact amount of money the company pays you every month. That is a very difficult, philosophical question.
I know. What is your opinion?
I truly think having a job you actually like is more important. We spend most of our lives at work. If you are miserable at your job, your entire life feels heavy and sad.
I completely agree with you. Peace of mind is priceless. But of course, we still need a fair salary to pay for our basic needs.
Yes, exactly. Like we discussed in our money episode, we need a salary to buy healthy food, pay the house rent, and maybe buy a nice new bicycle.
Very true. Now, Maya, I want to teach our listeners a very common grammar mistake that many students make. It involves the words job and work.
Oh, this is a very important grammar tip. Those two words are very similar, but native speakers use them very differently.
Yes, job is a countable noun. It is your specific title. You can say, I have a great job, or she has 2 jobs.
But work is an uncountable noun, or a verb. It is the actual activity you do or the physical place you go. You can say, I have a lot of work to do, or I am at work.
But you must never, ever say, I have a work. That sounds very unnatural to a native speaker.
Exactly. Remember, everyone, I am looking for a new job, or I am driving to work right now.
Excellent explanation.
Now, what about the word boss? Almost every employee in the world has a boss, right? Yes, almost everyone. A boss or a manager is the person who gives you instructions and leads the team.
Having a good, supportive boss makes your daily work much, much easier. A good boss listens to your ideas and helps you grow.
But some lucky people are their own boss. In English, we call those people self-employed.
Self-employed, like an independent photographer, a freelance writer, or a small bakery owner. They work entirely for themselves. Being self-employed sounds like it gives you a massive amount of freedom. You make your own schedule.
It is absolute freedom, but it is also a massive amount of responsibility. You have to do everything yourself. You are the boss, the worker, the marketing team, and the accountant. That sounds like way too many jobs for one person. I think I prefer being part of a team.
Me too. Good teammates can help you carry the heavy weight when you have a difficult problem to solve.
Let's talk about the hardest part of the workday for many people, the commute.
The commute. That is the physical journey you take from your front door to your office building. Maya, do you have a long commute?
Well, my commute is incredibly short. I walk from my bed to the kitchen for coffee and then to my desk. The entire journey takes exactly 15 seconds.
That is absolutely the best, most luxurious commute in the entire world.
What about you, Elias? How long is your commute?
My commute is much longer. I take the city train. It takes me about 45 minutes to get to the agency office.
45 minutes on a train? What do you do during that time? Do you just look out the window?
I usually listen to a good audiobook or an educational podcast during my commute. It helps my brain wake up.
That is a fantastic way to use your travel time. In fact, I am sure many people use their daily commute to practice their English listening skills.
Yes. If you are sitting on a bus or driving in your car right now listening to us, hello. You are doing a brilliant job practicing your English today.
Yes, you are. Elias, let's talk about one more crucial vocabulary topic before we finish. Skills.
Skills. Skills are the specific things you are very naturally good at doing, or things you have trained hard to do well.
What specific skills do you need for your job as a detective and a podcast host?
For my job, I need excellent communication skills. I need to speak very clearly, and I need to listen very carefully to other people. I also need strong analytical skills to solve complex mysteries.
Those are very important, high-level skills. Other people need manual skills, like a carpenter who builds wooden furniture with his hands, or a surgeon who operates on patients.
And some people need deep creative skills, like a musician, a painter, or a fashion designer.
A great, natural way to talk about your skills in English is to use the phrase, I am good at.
I am good at. For example, I am good at organizing large events. Or I am good at solving difficult math problems.
Perfect. Those phrases are absolutely essential if you were sitting in a job interview.
A job interview. That is the terrifying meeting where you talk to a company manager because you want them to hire you.
Interviews are so scary. I always get very nervous. Sometimes my hands actually shake a little bit under the table.
It is completely normal to be nervous, Maya. But if you practice your English phrases at home, like we're doing today, you will walk into the room feeling much more confident.
You are right. Preparation is the ultimate key to confidence. You should practice saying things like, I have 5 years of experience in sales, or I am a very hardworking person.
Hardworking. That is a beautifully positive word. Every boss in the world wants to hire a hardworking person.
They do. But it is also incredibly important to have a healthy work-life balance.
Work-life balance. That is a very modern, fancy corporate term. What does it actually mean?
It means you work hard during the day, but you also save time and energy for your family, your friends, and your hobbies. It means you do not let your job completely destroy your personal life.
That is vital for our mental health. We are human beings, not machines. We need to rest, sleep, and have fun.
Yes. On Friday afternoon, I always smile, look at my colleagues, and say, have a wonderful weekend. And then I completely stop thinking about work until Monday morning.
I try to do that too. But sometimes on a quiet Sunday evening, I suddenly think of a brilliant new idea for our podcast.
That is just because you genuinely love your job, Elias. When you love your work, it doesn't always feel like work.
That is very true. Well, Maya, we have talked about a massive amount of workplace vocabulary today.
We really did. We covered so much ground. I think we should remember the main learning points together before we say goodbye.
Yes, let's do a quick recap. First, we talked about the most common question you will hear at a party. What do you do?
Yes, and we talked about the different places people work. Working in a loud office, a busy hospital, or enjoying the comfort of working from home in your socks.
We also practiced using sequence words like first, then, and after that to smoothly describe our daily routines and our specific tasks.
We learned the crucial grammatical difference between the countable noun job and the uncountable noun work. Never say, I have a work.
We talked about the importance of colleagues, the people we share our coffee breaks with, and the daily travel journey known as the commute.
And finally, we discussed the importance of highlighting our skills, like being hardworking or having great communication skills, especially during a nervous job interview.
That is a flawless, perfect recap, Maya. I feel like an absolute expert in business English now.
Me too. I truly hope our listeners around the world feel ready to confidently talk about their own jobs in English tomorrow morning.
I am sure they do. Everyone, thank you so much for listening to our conversation today. We deeply appreciate you spending your time with us.
Yes, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Please do not forget to subscribe to theenglishchannel.com. It truly helps our agency grow and allows us to make more free lessons for you.
And please give us a like if you enjoyed this calm episode. Share it with your friends or colleagues who want to practice their English listening skills simulation.
And before we go, we have a special mission for you.
Yes, please leave a comment in the section below. Tell us, what do you do for a living? And do you actually like your job?
Oh, I cannot wait to read the comments. It is so incredibly fascinating to hear about all the different unique jobs our listeners do all over the world.
It is. Well, Maya, the coffee cups are empty. I think it is time for us to go back to work.
Yes, it is. Goodbye, everyone.
See you in the next investigation. Have a fantastic day at work or a wonderful day resting at home. Case closed.
Great job, everyone! See you next time on The English Cipher. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure to hit that subscribe button.